Our first matchup, Bloodrun Ranger versus Galena. We've got BaSe guys, we've got Xron, two of the best Quake players in the world, facing off to the very first VF Viseur Français Duel tournaments for Quake champions. FaZe can finally stop shit talking, he says. And we can get on and enjoy the show.
Just as an off topic, isn't Savage, doesn't boxing have the richest players? I mean, just look at Floyd Mayweather. He's probably the richest sports player of all time.
Holy. Okay.
Or golf, yeah.
Wait, your spec is fine? Yeah, it looks
yeah,
like
mine is.
Well, I'll have to send you a screenshot of
Yeah,
what I'm
football
seeing
does
right
have
now.
the most fans though.
To me, the sound is all messed up, and I see like choose champion and weapon, and nothing else. I don't see who I'm watching.
Yeah, I don't like the tone you're having with Quake Champions. If you have a problem, you just install Quake Live. I don't know what you're trying to say here.
No. I have zero problems whatsoever. I was just puzzled at what I was seeing, but I've got Quake Live too, man. Played Quake Live fair bit back in the day. Are we on base or on?
We're on base to start with.
Okay, so.
Surprised he wasn't more aggressive at the start. Realize the ARP. Oh, there goes one of Ron's totems.
That's gonna be an important thing for him to look out for.
And
luckily, there's not that many locations where you can hide totems on this map.
It's just a trade-off in major items. Ron's still not going for anything too aggressive, neither is base. Oh, that's a good... Why the LG though? He switched. Oh, that's a good frag. However, that was really messy for both of them. Like the way BaSe approached it, he started shooting really late and then decided to switch really late for the rockets as well.
Yeah, he could have been doing damage earlier too.
But he still gets a frag. Oh, that's a great rocket. Be a frag for BaSe. Use a tribal. There we go.
Oh. Yeah, just didn't have the time to get the next shot off.
BaSe sees Ron's concern in not giving out a conversion frag. He's really trying not to let BaSe get momentum. Oh, good positioning by Ron. Oh, why is the shard there? I mean, the light armor there now.
Oh, they moved it to make the map a bit more balanced.
Nice, so I finally find out what changed in 6 months.
It is one of the things that has changed. Here and there. This is one of the best ones in my opinion, because now it's a lot less of a stronghold than it used to be, because you can't just round the corner and walk onto small armor.
It changes everything.
This changes everything, yeah. Xron is just standing right there. He held his cool tremendously well, because he heard BaSe coming this way, and then he didn't even budge. Xron waiting for the small armor to spawn.
Gonna take a while since BaSe has control of everything. BaSe might even go there in like 15 seconds to try and get it, or prevent Ron from taking it. Oh, he's not going. Okay, now he really has to. There he goes. Ron's definitely gonna die.
BaSe is on the chase. Oh, gets himself 2 of the health bubbles there. That's gonna be good for Xron.
Misses the jump.
Yeah, Xron's doing a really good job at staying alive somehow. But BaSe at this point probably has an inkling, maybe. No clue at all. There we go. He's gonna hear the teleporter. At least at this point, he knows where Xron is. And Xron back to a stack of around 150.
And that's what really you have to do on this map. Like, if your opponent gets control of everything, just chill out for a while. There's a lot of room in this map to hide and play with the rocket launchers on the choke points. That's what Ron's trying to do. It's really important that he hasn't given up more than that first frag yet.
He even steals a heavy, which is a really good play. Fortunately for him, he did lose both of his totems.
Oh, look at this now.
This is good, yeah.
Ron should be able to get a frag now. The rocket jump over. Oh, the rocket by BaSe though. Who can win this frag?
Yeah.
I can't even tell. Oh, it's Ron.
Wow. That push from Xron though, he was just relentless trying to chase that down, and BaSe's rocket missing over and over. That could have gone very wrong for Xron just as it is right now.
Okay, that was so good by Xron, and then he does that. I do not approve. You can't just jump to the heavy without knowing where your opponent is first. That's a really bad mistake.
I mean, I think that jumping to the heavy was not the bad part. It was just walking off straight down towards rail.
And that's the thing. He walked off because he didn't know where his opponent was, and you can't even go to the heavy if you don't know where your opponent is.
Yeah. Probably would have been fine jumping to tribal at least, but nice combo from BaSe. LG
Basically,
to the rail.
Everything that Xron worked for in the past 3 minutes is suddenly gone because of that mistake he did.
It's a lot of momentum that BaSe is building right now.
And Xron can try to do the same for another 2 minutes, but after that he just needs to start getting the frags. But for now he still has enough time to just play safe and get himself a new opportunity. Going for this though, he needs to be able to get the mega to make this worth it, and right now he wasn't able to. She's getting into really dangerous territory for Xron.
I mean, at this point I'm almost ready to call it, knowing how BaSe can be one of the most defensive, passive players in the entire Quake scene. Like, to get 5 frags on Blood Run against BaSe.
And Xron knows it. Xron knows he's up versus the biggest camper of the Quake Pro League, so he's not even gonna try. He's gonna call it right now and go to the second map, which will be Veil of Nath.
He tried to find a good angle, get himself at least like some damage.
Oh, I received charge, nice.
Get on the frag, but I received some charge earlier too, so
hell yeah.
That's what we're getting for watching the stream.
I only have 1,500 lit boxes or something.
Yeah, they're being phased out though, so Xron instantly ready for the next matchup. It's not gonna waste any time whatsoever.
It's very important now that in Nath, Xron gets a good start. Like if he goes for something risky, he needs to make sure he comes out on top or leaves BaSe extremely low after the rotation of the items. Because if he doesn't, it's going to be much more of a pain on this map than on GTN to get BaSe to stop pressing plus back.
Yeah. Next one, Veil of Nath. Got Ranger. But that's gonna switch. It's gonna be a BJ. That's gonna be up against the Doom next. Doom on Veil. Not really a champion you see picked all that often, because there's not that many useful jumps that really make happen with that the double jump. Whereas BJ is a bit more of a common pick on this map. The dual wields, close quarters. I think the only map we see BJ picked on is Corrupted Keep, because there's no railgun. So.
Yeah, I don't know MK Crashes. I've had both opinions with that the player should keep playing even if he's not going to win. And I think my opinion over the years over that have varied a bit, and right now I don't think I really have one anymore. I think it looks a lot more professional if a player just plays the whole minutes, but sometimes if you're losing like 10-0 and there's only 3 minutes to go, there's not much point on playing. So I can see it for players that they don't want to keep playing, but for the show it would probably be better to get all 10 minutes.
Yeah. It's true.
Rounds also fix this part as well.
2, 1.
Might also not just be good for the player themselves.
Yeah.
And you know that you still have to play for another like 4 minutes with no shot. It can be very demoralizing, so you just want to get it.
I think this is one of the other advantages that round duels had over time limit. Because nobody would disconnect in round duels since you always have a chance. BaSe, however, that happens kind of the opposite of what I said. Xron doesn't get a good start, and instead BaSe gets the frag. Xron, it's going to be a lot harder. At least he managed to get the BJ's ability out of the way. And he's still get the heavy though, it's gonna be very hard. Oh, okay, he just gets it, but he doesn't land any rocket. Just a little bit of rocket splash at the end, that's not enough to push in again.
When you jump across like that, straight into another person's LG, you're just...
We don't. Like,
I'm surprised he even got it.
Exactly, because the knockback from the LG is insane. One of the biggest mistakes you can do as Doom, when someone's shooting LG at you, don't double jump.
Yeah.
And Xron double jump straight into that LG.
BaSe currently hitting...
Oh, and Xron even having the pummel out there for a little bit. Great rocket jump by BaSe, I have to say. It should be another frag. BaSe is here to win.
52% LG from BaSe. Xron finally... Oh my god, 53! He keeps going up. That's the first damage Xron has done with LG. BaSe almost had 1,000 LG damage by the time that Xron did 1 lightning gun damage.
Oh, and BaSe even lands that little rail, which would have allowed Xron to at least contest this heavy, but with that rail, it's gonna be another... And after the start, like I was saying earlier, Xron needed a good start or to do a lot of damage. And he did neither, but he decided to keep pushing as if he did. And right now, he's 5 frags behind, and he knows he can't really do much, so what he's gonna do is just get the rail and try to go for some ridiculous shots or some ridiculous surprise attack. And right now, that's what he's trying to do, going for the really hard shots. Not really landing though. He stole the heavy, that's a good start, but he didn't land anything else, so it's almost getting GG point and we're only at the start. Okay, this is good. A mistake by BaSe finally. You can get the frag here. Xron could just go for the MG. Please go for something. Oh, BaSe gets it, but it's still time. 5 seconds for the mega. Where is Xron? He needs to come in fast, but oh, he's wanting the other side of the map. This is very rough.
And now BaSe gonna set up on the heavy.
Yeah, it was Xron's attempt. Like, he rushed for 2.5 minutes, got 7 frags behind BaSe just to get that opportunity, and then he couldn't capitalize. So right now you can see him just almost conceding already. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a pre-5 minute GG.
I like how you framed that. He rushed for 2.5 minutes and got 8 frags behind his opponent.
Yeah, I mean that was what happened.
It's true. It's exactly what happened. BaSe just pushing in. He knows he's got the stack to take at least 1 more rail fearlessly, closing the gap. And now Xron, kind of just mindlessly pushing for the rockets. But
like, all of these frags, he's not getting
right now.
He's not getting the frag, but he's not doing enough damage to allow him to keep pushing. He's on the verge of like allowing to keep pushing and playing defensive. He started with his strategy was to push, so now he can't stop because he's too far behind. So he needs to keep the pace up. He needs to get the frags. That was good. That was a neutral frag. But I feel if he gets 2 more frags at this pace, BaSe will just start slowing the hell down. This will become even mathematically impossible.
That's unfortunate because BaSe got the spawn over at the Mega, instantly collecting it, and just made his way over. Anything about it at all.
Yeah, that's good rockets though. BaSe with the LG. Oh,
wow.
BaSe shouldn't have conceded that frag, but 9 seconds to go for the Mega. BaSe is just going to get the frag off the spawn.
BaSe was just not expecting Xron to be there. He just really didn't think that Xron would YOLO it through the teleporter after he landed that opening rail. That's exactly what Xron did. And so BaSe was still just sitting out with the railgun in his hands, hands down his ankles. Xron just rained the damage down. Of course, when you've got the Doomslayer double jump.
Yeah, that's CG. I think Xron might even call it. No, he's still not calling it. Being super professional.
Could be. On the other hand, this is fail though, so it's not... Even though he knows it's done.
Oh, even the telefrag, just more salt on the one.
Oh, is this going to be the nail in the coffin? A 5-minute warning. Yeah, Xron's sticking with us at least. I'm happy to see that.
If I was Xron in this scenario, I would keep playing just to pummel him once and then call him a noob. That's what I would do personally.
I don't.
Even if I would be losing 32-2, I would make sure the frag I would get would be a pummel and I would call him a noob.
Is there a mercy in it? That's what I'm starting to think about. It's not a question I was expecting to ask. In a match between BaSe and Xron, but looking like it could very well be.
You know, BaSe is a very tough player to play against online.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because he's on the online.
Nope, no mercy limit.
Oh.
We might be looking at another 4 minutes of this. Nah, Xron is just... I think he wants to see how high BaSe can get at this point.
Bet he doesn't even smoke. That's some really good shotgun aim. So I think you can ask Crazy to invite us to his lobby, because this one has been over for like 5 minutes.
I was talking to Racy in game, no, so wait, have you left?
Not yet.
I mean, if Xron's not gonna leave, then I don't think. Even though it's over.
Oh wait, if he Crazy is prepared to invite us, I'll just move over. I'm not professional enough to bear this, plus I want to watch football.
Yeah, just watch your football in the meantime.
Yeah, there's still time for sure. Oh, there we go.
He's calling it.
Spares us. At 29-2, he finally spares us.
He said 28 I can still do, but 29 that's just...
That's the breaking point.
That's the breaking point, that's not gonna work. So, GG, convincingly so, actually. For the one and only BaSe. Xron will be dropping out, and BaSe will be the first person to qualify for the grand finals today.